Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Monday, July the 22nd, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary video brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices closed the session out here for the day. The Dow was pretty much flat, closed up a little over a point and a half. The Nasdaq closed up close to 13 points, and the S&P 500 closed up close to 3.5 points. If we take a look at the breadth on the market today, we had 3,732 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. We had 2,403 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. Therefore, breadth was in favor of the bulls today. If we take a look at the general broad market sectors, there's some action in the technology, the bank, the financial sector performed pretty well today. I would say the financial sector was the strongest sector. We had some weakness in the basic material stocks, some mixed action in the services sector. It was a mixed board today. I would say today was a quiet, bullish day, I would say. So let's go ahead and break down the chart. Starting off with the SPY daily chart, we closed up 33 cents on the S&P 500 here, which is the SPY is the S&P 500 ETF. Of course, I'm pretty sure most of you guys out there watching this video know that, but for those of you guys that don't know that, that's what the SPY is. A lot of intraday traders use that to track their stocks, or some use the ES like we do, the S&P 500 futures. But in any case, here another up day in the markets. Here another positive higher close. We still remain above these nice rising 5 and 20 and 8 EMAs here, and we're just chugging along higher. You guys stick with the trend until it changes. I would say if we start breaking and holding below 168.50 or so, we start holding below these key moving averages, that will give us a little bit of clue that it's time for the market to slow down and cool down a bit. Other than that, as long as we hold above these moving averages and we're still above this 167 level up here, I think we just continue to grind higher. And again, you just got to pick the spots in the market correctly and then trade the right sector, and you'll be fine. If we take a look at the ES, all right, you guys know we made new all-time highs again today. The ES here at the 1690 25 level. I do think that the target on the ES is, I do think we hit 1700 sometime this week. And then when we get to 1700, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But there definitely is still that underlying bullish bias in the market right now, regardless of whether, how many days we've been up or how far we're extended from some of these key breakout levels. But let's go ahead and take a look at the triple Qs here. The Nasdaq. All right, we're up 22. We're up 22 cents. We gapped up a bit here and then closed kind of in the middle of the range of the day. You can see that the longer we hold below, I would say 75. All right, these people that got long above 75, that are in a trap, and they're pretty much stuck in that long because on Friday we gapped down off the Microsoft and Google numbers. But the longer we hold below 75, we start trading sideways, the less confidence these people that are long up here are going to start holding. They're probably going to start dumping. Then when people start noticing that, they're going to start putting some shorts on. Then we'll see a little pullback in the Nasdaq. But again, if that doesn't happen, all right, and we get back above 75, we should see a move back up there towards the 52-week highs around, let's see what price is, around 75, 73. All right, then if we do break below today's lows and then Friday's lows, and we break below this gap fill right here, 74.27, we have a gap fill all the way to 73.50. So keep those different scenarios on your radar right now. I guess as long as you hold above 74.25, that's all right, because that's still holding the gap up that we had from 2 weeks ago on that Thursday. Take a look at the IWM here. The IWM making new all-time highs as well. This is becoming an everyday thing until we get a pullback, I guess you could say. But the candlesticks are pretty tight. It's summer trading. There's really not any wide ranges. When we have these big expansion candles, these are pretty good days to trade. When we have these nice little shakeout candles where we sell off and then recover back towards the highs, those are good days to try to find some intraday action as well. But right now, the grind higher. Just gotta stick with the trend, baby, and just keep on finding those good stocks that are making some decent moves in the right sectors. Let's go ahead and take a look at some currency action here. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the volatility index, the VIX. Gapped up this morning a bit, then sold off near the lows. Again, if we break below 12, the next level we want to be looking out for is this $11 handle down here. All right, and if we move down there, that pretty much means the market should be making new all-time highs again, and that there's just no fear in the market right now. I really don't think the market can sell off unless we get some bad economic news out or something that we that we're not expecting happens. But right now, there just seems to be no fear in the market. People aren't really selling stocks. They're not really buying that many stocks right now. They're just holding. Looks like it feels like the market's just holding positions, and people are waiting for these stocks to play out to some higher target levels, or some levels that they may have on it. But the VIX was down today. Watch for that break below 12. It could go to 11. Let's take a look at some currency action here, starting off with the U.S. dollar. All right, the U.S. dollar got sold off a bit more today. Remember, we're looking for this pattern to get complete, this little megaphone pattern right here. If the target gets hit, all right, we're going to be looking for a move down on the U.S. dollar index all the way down towards the bottom down here, making a new low once it breaks these lows that we made back down here in June. But right now, the momentum's still to the downside. You can see we're still coming off those highs from the top of the megaphone pattern. And again, this dollar weakness, it gets to, if it starts to pick up some steam, these precious metals and basic material stocks, these commodities that are priced in dollars, are going to start catching a bid. We already seen that happen today a little bit in the gold sector. I mean, take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gold futures chart. Here, the gold was up $41.80 today. We talked about the gold moving above 1300 can make a fast move up here towards this 1360 level. We hit a high today of 1339. Call it 1340 if you want, just to round it up a bit though. But the next major level is just 1350. All right, and that bullish action between that 1300 level and that 1275 level, some nice bullish consolidation off that move off the lows. The higher pivots were being made, and people that were tracking this gold did pretty well today. Remember, if we could get back above 1350 and stabilize back above this inverted cup and handle pattern right here, that would be pretty good. And then you don't want to buy up there if you didn't buy it from right here or from down here somewhere. But what you would do is you'll wait for it to consolidate a bit again, just like it did right here, form some nice base for you to get long against, and then trade it as such. But I'll get bullish on gold once it starts stabilizing above, say, 1350, 1360. You can see some and bids start to hold there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the GDX. The gold miners, they did pretty well today. A lot of those names gapped up and traded a little bit higher. You can see the GDX is back above this gap down right here that happened at 2650. The longer it holds above 2650, the better it is. Some names out there that performed pretty well today in that sector. You could take a look at GG. All right, you can see GG. We talked about GG last week, highlighting the fact that this was one of the stronger gold miners out there. You have Newmont Mining, okay, NEM, which looks pretty good. If the gold sector has some more fall through tomorrow, this one could possibly give you a nice little breakthrough above this 50-day moving average right here, around 30.87, call it 31. And then you have ABX. But again, the best one out there I like is the GG. And finally, we actually had some action in silver as well. SLV finally breaking and closing above that 1950 level. The longer we hold above 1950, the better it is. We have a gap fill all the way up here towards $20.60, which is $1 or so higher, and that could be the next target on the SLV. Some silver stocks that you can watch. You can watch PAAS, a silver miner. A little gap up day today, small range. Could have a follow through candle tomorrow to touch that 100-day moving average right there around 1334. Not the best one out the bunch. Then you also have CDE. This one was a stronger one today. Should have some more fall through tomorrow if the silver continues. The precious metal sector is strong. Again, we got to keep an eye on that dollar now, because that dollar, the move that we're getting now, the dollar could be the nail in the coffin for the dollar. So we definitely got to keep an eye on these commodity stocks, and we'll be on top of that. All right, what else? Crude oil. Let's take a look at the crude oil futures. Crude oil was a little bit weak today. Still remains in a strong uptrend, as you can see here from the little breakout we had above the 98 level. Again, if you're looking to get involved in crude oil because you miss a rally, I would try to pick it up somewhere around 103 or so. Wait for a little pullback in the name. Because, again, any type of news about a slowdown overseas or some other crazy news can knock crude oil price down. Any type of news showing that the global economy is slowing down can knock crude down. Then if it doesn't get knocked down, then we know something's really going on behind the scenes, whether it be some overseas action, some overseas action going on with those rebels over there in that little area. I don't know. I mean, either way, if crude continues to hold strong here, I think crude breaking over 110, it will make its next move up towards 115 over 115. It could really get crazy. We've been talking about this move for the past 2 or 3 months now. Now it's finally coming to fruition here, and we got to keep an eye on it, because there could be still some more potential in this crude oil trade that, of course, we want to participate in. Again, I would wait for a pullback if you were not involved in it around 98 or $100 a barrel. I know some of you guys out there like to take a look at the USO, so we can take a quick look at the USO as well. USO had that nice little breakout ever since it broke over this 35.50 area. Pulling back a bit right now. One thing you can do is take some Fibonacci's from this low to this high and kind of get some retracement action. The 50% retracement of that move will be around 36. A 38.2% retracement will be probably around 37. 37 could definitely be a good level to maybe possibly get long this if it pulls back to that little move right here, the little pivot low that it made right there, and then into these rising moving averages. That could be a possibly good pickup. And then if it does hold that 20-day moving average that's rising up, we'll definitely know there's definitely some people still looking to get involved in this crude market as they're probably expecting prices to continue moving higher. So we'll see how that plays out. I think I pretty much went over the most, the whole sectors and stuff like that. Let's go and take a look at some stocks. I want to start off talking about the financials. The financials caught a nice little bid today. Again, the financials were one of the stronger sectors out there. You had Bank of America up 1.15%. You had Citigroup up 1.25%. Citigroup has a breakout over 53.36. As long as it can continue to hold above this 52 level and consolidate underneath that resistance level, I think that will be fine. You can take a look at Goldman Sachs, was up a little over 1% today, 1.50% as well. This one's going to be having a breakout over 168. And again, the stock's still looking play. This was a sector that has led the markets up. So again, as long as there's trending up pretty strong and leaving the markets up still and showing that there's some buyers in them, I think we got to expect the market to keep on moving higher until the leader that led the market up starts to get weak. I think that you just got to stick with the trend. Again, Bank of America hit $14.99 today. Let's see, did it hit 15? Nope. Closed at $14.99. This one should give you a nice little whole number pop through 15 tomorrow if it continues. See, the trend in this stock is gaining some nice momentum. The moving averages are moving apart here, and the slow, fast-moving averages are starting to steepen up that little action there. So, that's pretty good. Obviously, you don't want to be buying it up here unless you're trading it on an intraday basis where you can manage your risk a little bit better. But there's definitely some opportunities to buy some dips in these names intraday when the market pulls back a bit, and then you're looking for some names to get long. Again, we had a little pullback in some of the energy stocks. Microsoft was up close to 2% today after getting demolished on Friday. They gapped it up today and it actually gave some nice little trading opportunities in that name there. We had some trades today. We traded a little bit of Yahoo this morning from their report. They had some news that came out. They didn't have an earnings report, but they had some news that came out this morning, and the stock gapped down, and we were actually able to trade it off this little moving average right here, this trend line around this 28 level, which played out pretty decent. We also had some action in eBay. Traded some eBay today. All right, this one gave us some nice intraday action. Still, looking like it needs to form some support down here. You do have this moving average right here around 51.66, but again, stock got demolished from the earnings play, and this one is going to need some time to kind of build some support. But we're trading it. It's in play. It's giving you some decent action intraday. Tesla, TSLA, this one was on fire this morning. This one ripped up about $7 right on the open and looks like it wants to go back up towards highs around 130, 340. Keep this one on your radar. I would say as long as it can hold above this 116 area, this thing will probably trade sideways to higher as the stock still has some nice momentum in it. Google had a nice day today. Google was up $14, 1.5%, recovering from the gap down. I believe some guy on CNBC said that he believes that gap down was a buying opportunity in Google. Well, he was correct. He's getting paid on it because Google's moving right back up, and it's up nice today, up a nice little 1.5%. That's not bad at all. And I like the company as well, but the stock's trending pretty nice. Stick with the trend. Amazon was trading like a little bit like eBay today. It had that little intraday action pattern on it. It was kind of like eBay, but this one as well, it's probably going to get some selling pressure. Breaks below this little 3-day low. So we're going to be watching this one tomorrow. If the market's weak tomorrow, this one could give you a little breakdown, possibly below those 301.85s and then below 300 for a little pullback action here. Remember, the stock has been on fire from all the way from 270 all the way to 310. We're talking about $40 in a matter of 1, 2, 3 weeks. May need to get pulled back a bit and get some profit-taking action in there to cool off the name a bit. And Netflix was down after hours from the earnings report. Let's go and take a look at the 15-minute chart. You can see this stock got smashed after hours. Stock closed at 261.44. and it's trading at 241.15, so it's down over 20 bucks. Hopefully none of you guys were caught in that name, and hopefully some of you guys are able to make some money on that stock after hours. Aside from that, guys, a lot of things going on out there. Today felt like a slow day. I mean, we had a little morning dip. That morning dip and that move up was pretty much the move of the day. After that, everything just kind of slowed down and got choppy. Volume died off at 12 o'clock. Hopefully there's some more volume tomorrow, some more action tomorrow, some more faster pace action, more plays out there. We'll see how it plays out. We'll have some more stocks on the radar and some ideas tomorrow. If you're interested in checking out our chat room, mywallstreettv.com, you have to go to our homepage, wallstreettrading.com, and fill out the form on the right-hand side to get access to that room. And if you're interested in trading with our prop firm, contact me at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com. I can give you details on that. And that's about it, folks. Have a great day. Check out our Facebook page, our Twitter, YouTube, everything. We're out there, folks. Have a great day. Cheers.